Good afternoon, I am Precious Vijaya Sakalaji. Welcome to Camnet TV Media News, the headlines. Former Foreign Affairs Minister Joe MALANJI granted bail after spending 2 nights behind bars. PF lawmaker SAMPA asks government to investigate the Keep Risk Sinking Fund program. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Hi there! SGK Properties wants to remind you that there will be life after the festivities. That's why we are here right now presenting you an opportunity to invest in what will literally last you a lifetime. We have various plot sizes in Kabangwe area, just 6.7 kilometers from 6 miles roundabout. Plot sizes range from 20 by 20s, 25 by 20s, 30 by 20s, 35 by 20s, 40 by 20s, 40 by 23s, and 40 by 35s. We also have 1-acre plots located in Lusaka West, 22 kilometers from Lumumba Road on Rungwe Road, going for 180,000 kwacha. Remember, the option to have your dream house or passive income investment property constructed for you with modern finishes and quality care is also available. For more details on acquiring these pieces, contact us on 0762 166018 or scan the QR code you see on the screen to access us on WhatsApp directly. SGK Group, serving generations through knowledge. Hi there! SGK Properties wants to remind you that there will be life after the festivities. That's why we are here right now presenting you an opportunity to invest in what will literally last you a lifetime. We have various plot sizes in Kabangwe area, just 6.7 kilometers from 6 miles roundabout. Plot sizes range from 20 by 20s, 25 by 20s, 30 by 20s, 35 by 20s, 40 by 20s, 40 by 23s, and 40 by 35s. We also have 1-acre plots located in Lusaka West, 22 kilometers from Lumumba Road on Rungwe Road, going for 180,000 kwacha. Remember, the option to have your dream house or passive income investment property constructed for you with modern finishes and quality care is also available. For more details on acquiring these pieces, contact us on 0762 166018 or scan the QR code you see on the screen to access us on WhatsApp directly. SGK Group, serving generations through knowledge. Hi there! SGK Properties wants to remind you that there will be life after the festivities. That's why we are here right now presenting you an opportunity to invest in what will literally last you a lifetime. We have various plot sizes in Kabangwe area, just 6.7 kilometers from 6 miles roundabout. Plot sizes range from 20 by 20s, 25 by 20s, 30 by 20s, 35 by 20s, 40 by 20s, 40 by 23s, and 40 by 35s. We also have 1-acre plots located in Lusaka West, 22 kilometers from Lumumba Road on Mongwe Road, going for 180,000 kwacha. Remember, the option to have your dream house or passive income investment property constructed for you with modern finishes and quality care is also available. For more details on acquiring these pieces, contact us on 0762 166018 or scan the QR code you see on the screen to access us on WhatsApp directly. SGK Group, serving generations through knowledge. Hi there! SGK Properties wants to remind you that there will be life after the festivities. That's why we are here right now presenting you an opportunity to invest in what will literally last you a lifetime. We have various plot sizes in Kabangwe area, just 6.7 kilometers from 6 miles roundabout. Plot sizes range from 20 by 20s, 25 by 20s, 30 by 20s, 35 by 20s, 40 by 20s, 40 by 23s, and 40 by 35.
And now the media news in detail. Republican President Hakainde Hichilema has told the Virtual Summit for Democracy that his administration is restoring the rule of law in as one of the critical ingredients to enriching democracy. The president says he is working at ensuring that democratic will expressed by the Zambian people in August this year reflects the deepening of the roots of democracy in the country. President Hichilema says his government will ensure that no Zambian citizen is oppressed, intimidated, discriminated against and prohibited from expressing their legal democratic rights. He urged the international community to play an ever-broader role in supporting democracy, amplifying and empowering the voice of the imaginaries in Africa and across the world.
So, our victory was not just a victory for the Zambian people. It was a victory for those who cherish democracy and also oppress people around the world. Having been elected and given the opportunity to serve this country, our country, we are committed to doing things differently, but certainly better. Today, Zambians are enjoying more freedom than ever before, and we intend to keep it that way. We are restoring the rule of law as one of the critical ingredients to enriching this democratic train. we're working to ensure that the democratic will expressed by the people in August of this year reflects the deepening of the roots of democracy in our country through freeing the media, through allowing all citizens and others their democratic rights to campaign and communicate their ideas freely, through the promotion of civil liberties for all our citizens. It is my sincere hope that no Zambian citizen ever again is oppressed, intimidated, discriminated against, and prohibited from expressing their legal democratic rights. We urge the international community to play an ever bolder role in supporting democracy, amplifying and empowering the voices of the marginalized both across Africa and the world.
Patriotic Front Matera Member of Parliament, Mal Sampa, has pledged to sacrifice 1% of his income to go towards the Treasury. Speaking on the floor of Parliament Thursday, Mr. Sampa says this is not time to point fingers at each other, but make sacrifices to improve the Zambian economy. The Matera lawmaker has also asked the Minister of Finance to investigate what happened with the sinking fund that was established for the purpose of repaying the Eurobond. Mr. Sampa says the sinking funds were supposed to be invested for a period of 10 years and that its profit was to be paid to the Eurobond holders should the country fail to raise resources.
The minister has come and said, Zambians, although we've gone to bed with IMF, watch out. The subsidies needs to come out from electricity, needs to come out from fuel, where we'll recover close to $1 billion. Prepare yourselves, tighten your belt. So, Minister, well done. You are being sincere. So none of us will be surprised. But it's the solution for Zambia. It's the solution that even everybody would have done. So with those few words, Madam, I just want to say, it is calling for everyone to sacrifice. And Minister, if you like, let me be the first one to sacrifice. 1% of my allowance I give back to the Treasury. To sacrifice in these hard times as we tighten our belts. Now, the sinking fund, Minister, you know it, every year or every month, the Minister of Finance was supposed to put, say, $500,000 in this account, untouched. And after 10 years, that money was going to be the one to repay the bond as it matured. Please ask the staff at the ministry what they did with that sinking fund.
8 out of the 9 opposition Patriotic Front members of Parliament who were ordered by the Speaker of the National Assembly on Tuesday to not attend Parliament proceedings until their appeal is heard by the Constitutional Court have sought leave to apply for judicial review against the Speaker's decision. Kabushi Member of Parliament Bowman Sambo and 7 others are challenging the decision of the Speaker Nelly Muti to refuse from taking part in any Parliament business pending determination of their appeal before court. In their affidavit in support of ex parte summons for an order for leave to move for judicial review, the 8 have argued that the decision by the Speaker is unconstitutional, illegal, irrational and procedurally improper.
8 among the 9 opposition Patriotic Front members of Parliament who were Tuesday afternoon ordered by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Nelly Muti, to stay away from Parliament proceedings following the nullification of their elections by the High Court, have decided to run to the court seeking remedy that the court protects them and reverse the decision made by the Speaker. On Tuesday, the Speaker expelled the 9 Patriotic Front MPs whose elections were nullified soon after a point of order raised by Solwezi East MP Alex Katekwe, who asked whether Kabushi MP was in order to be in Parliament when his seat was nullified.
It is my considered view that Mr. B.C. Lusambo MP is out of order to remain in the House after the nullification of his election by the High Court. Further, honourable members, in view of my ruling, all members of Parliament whose election was nullified by a decision of the High Court, whether or not such decision has been appealed against, shall forthwith not take part in any parliamentary business. Only those who will be successful in their appeals in the Constitutional Court will be allowed back in the House and take part in Parliament business. I thank you.
Frustrated with this decision, the 8 MPs, among them Kabushi MP Bowman Lusambo, Nakonde MP Lucas Simumba, Kwacha MP Joseph Malanji, and 5 others have applied for leave in the Lusaka's High Court, seeking judicial review against the Speaker's decision. The 8 applicants have argued that the decision is unconstitutional, illegal, and irrational, and that the Speaker acted unreasonable by her decision entertaining the point of order. Despite this issue raising debates among stakeholders, with some condemning the action, we can only wait to hear from the court ruling after hearing of the judicial review application set for the 10th December 2021. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
In other news, the Lusaka High Court has granted former Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji a 10,000 kwacha fee bail with 2 working sureties. In ruling on the bail application, Judge Mwape Woa said the demand by drug enforcement officers was that Mr. Malanji can only be released if he provided documents for registration of the helicopters, and the contract for hire with Gibson Air Charter Limited is illegal. Mr. Malanji applied for bail in the High Court after the DEC refused to give him bond and gave him a condition that they would only do so if he availed registration documents for aircrafts. Mr. Malanji is jointly charged with former Secretary to the Treasury Fredson Yamba for willfully failure to comply with the procedure on supplementary expenditure. He is also charged with possession of 2 helicopters and 3 properties which are reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime.
Former Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji has been saved by the court from spending more nights in custody after he was granted 10,000 kwacha bail in his own recognizance with 2 working sureties.
Like the Vice President said, as for now, our backbone is actually the judiciary. When you look at what I decided for, it's actually not prosecution but persecution. Records in the banks in Zambia here are available. We've gotten loans from these banks, millions of dollars. The records are available. And to cite someone just because you're a politician, to say every politician must be painted black, if the thief is actually very irresponsible.
On Tuesday, the Drug Enforcement Commission officers arrested Mr. Malanji and former Secretary to the Treasurer, Fredson Yamba, and charged them with the charge of willful failure to comply with the procedure on supplementary expenditure. DEC also charged Mr. Malanji with possession of 2 helicopters and 3 properties which are reasonable, suspected to be proceeds of crime. Mr. Malanji, who spent 2 days in police cells, had applied for bail in the High Court after the Drug Enforcement Commission refused to bond him and gave him a condition that they would only do so if he availed registration documents for the aircraft. In delivering a ruling on the bail application Thursday afternoon, the High Court said it was illegal for DEC officers to demand that they would only release Mr. Malanji on account that he provided documents for registration of the helicopters and the contract for hire and Gibson Air Charter Limited. Meanwhile, Patriotic Front Party Vice President Given Luwinda described their arrest as a painful experience.
I have to say that this is a very painful experience. A painful experience in a country that is led by a man who at every moment talks about rule of law. And one is made to wonder, is it him who's giving Zambians lip service when he says rule of law? And in the comfort of darkness, he's instructing officers to do the opposite? Or is it the officers who are not reading his lips correctly? Is it the officers who are misunderstanding what he's saying when he's talking about the rule of law? These questions obviously cannot be answered by us, they have to be answered by himself and his operatives. It is totally unbelievable that 2 people are charged jointly. One is given bond. and the other is denied bond. And when you look at the composition of the two, one was a civil servant, the other was a politician. Is this an indication of the fact that the man who's governing this country is so against anyone who opposes him? Is it because Malanji belongs to the opposition PF that he must be denied bond and that lawyers must battle to secure bail for him?
Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. Former Foreign Affairs Minister Joe Malanji granted bail after spending 2 nights behind bars. PF lawmaker SAMPA asks government to investigate the sinking fan program. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.